Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. For today's project, I'll be showing you how I crochet this baby blanket, and also I've crocheted a an applique, this Curious George monkey, and I attach it to my blanket. I'll have the link to this monkey pattern in the description box so you can follow along. It's pretty straightforward, and after you finish you'll just stitch it onto your blanket. So this blanket will be crocheted in a V-stitch, and the border is just double crochet and front post double crochets, and the outer edge is what we call the crab stitch or the backward single crochet. So I'll show you on a small size how I went about crocheting this blanket. But before that, let me tell you what I used, the material that I used. I'll be using baby Barnett. Sorry for the noise, I have some construction going on at home due to the hurricane that we had. I'll be using some Barnett baby sport yarn. It's number 3, and it's called baby yellow. I have a pair of scissors. I have my yarn needle to tie in all the loose ends. I'll be using a 5mm size crochet hook. I hope you can see that. So okay, I've gone ahead and I've crocheted 27 chains, and now I'm gonna make a double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. And chain 3 counts as a double crochet for this pattern. So we have 2 double crochets so far. We have 1 more double crochet in the next stitch, and on each row for this project we will be making 3 double crochets, and at the end you'll have the same 3 double crochets. So you have 3 double crochets on each side of your project. So now we have 3 double crochets. Then we're going to skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch we're going to make a V stitch, and the V stitch is a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet in the same space. We've just completed the V stitch, and we're going to skip 1 stitch, V stitch in the next stitch, skip a stitch, V stitch in the next stitch, until we're going to do that all across the strip of chain until we reach towards the last 3 chains, and in the last 3 chains we'll make 1 double crochet in each of those chains. So I'll continue making my V stitches, and I'll be back to show you the next step. Okay, I've now completed all the V stitches, and I have the last 3 chains remaining, and in each of the last 3 chains I'll put 1 double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3. Now for the other row, we'll chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and we put 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. So we do that. Okay, that's our first 3 double crochets for the beginning of the row. And now the first V-stitch, we'll make a front post double crochet around this first post of the V-stitch. So for the front post double crochet, you yarn over into your hook from behind, from in front, and it come in behind of that post, collect your yarn, and now you complete your double crochet in a normal way. And the chain 1 space between the V-stitch, we're going to make 1 double crochet. Okay, I've completed all the V-stitches straight across the chain, and I've also ended with the 3 double crochets at the end. Now we're going to chain up 3 for row number 3. We're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn our work around. We're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. I want 3 double crochets for the beginning of the row. And the first V-stitch that has the double crochet between, we're going to skip the first double crochet, and the double crochet that we made in the chain 1 space, in that double crochet we're going to make a V-stitch. The V-stitch is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the same space. So what we are doing on the 3rd row is, in every double crochet that we put in the chain 1 space on the previous row, we'll be putting a V-stitch in that double crochet. So we'll put a V-stitch in this double crochet that went in the chain 1 space, and so on all the way across. Let me repeat that, every double crochet that we put in the chain 1 space on the previous row, we'll put a V-stitch in that double crochet. So let me make 1 more V-stitch. So I'll skip those 2 double crochets, and in the next double crochet I'll make my V-stitch. So after each V-stitch, you skip 2 double crochets, and it brings you to that double crochet that you made in the chain 1 space on the previous row. So after each V-stitch on this 3rd row, you're going to skip 2 double crochets and make a V-stitch in the 3rd double crochet. So we're going to complete all of these stitches all across the chain, and I'll come back at the end of this 3rd row. Okay, I've now completed row number 3. I've made my last 3 single crochets at the end. Now I'm going to chain up 3 and we'll move on to row number 4. Turn our work around. I'm going to make 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. So first 3 double crochets made for the 4th row, and now we're gonna make our front post double crochet around this double crochet, and we're gonna make 1 double crochet in a chain 1 space, and we're gonna put a front post double crochet in the other double crochet of the V-stitch, just as we did on row number 2. So we're gonna make our front post double crochet around the first double crochet of the V-stitch, and in the chain 1 space we're gonna put a double crochet. And around the other post of the V-stitch we're gonna make our front post double crochet. Here's what it's looking like. So we're gonna go on to each V-stitch all across the chain, and we're gonna put our front post double crochet, 1 double crochet in the chain 1 space, front post double crochet over the next double crochet of the V-stitch, and we're gonna do that for each V-stitch all across. And when we come towards the last 3 chains, you're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the last 3 chains, and you're going to chain 3 and turn your work and continue on. And for this pattern we're going to repeat rows 3 and 4 for the length of your blanket. So I'll be back to tell you about the edging. Okay, I've completed row number 4. This is what it looks like. And as I said before, for the length of your project, you continue with rows number 3 and 4. These 2 rows for as long as you want your project. This is what it looks like. So this stitch is gonna look like. So it looks just like a long V-stitch when you combine both rows together. Okay, so this is my blanket now. Let me explain the edging. This is the Curious George applique that I put on. And now for the edging of the blanket, you don't break your yarn. You continue on with your yarn. You don't break it. All you have to do is you make 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across. When you get to the corner stitch, you put 3 single crochets in the corner stitch. Then you make your single crochets evenly as you can along the side. When you reach the other corner, you put 3 single crochets in the corner. That's for easy turning. And then on the other side, as you can see, you have more defined stitches now. So you can put 1 single crochet in each of the stitches on this side until you reach to the other corner. Then you're going to put 3 single crochets in the corner stitch, and we're going to work up the other side where the stitches won't be defined again. So you have to try and evenly space your single crochets along this other edge. So there are two sides where you'll have to evenly space your stitches, and 2 sides where you have the stitches already defined, where you'll be able to put your single crochets evenly. So this is what the finished project looks like. This is the edging. So let me explain what the edging is, how the edging is all about. We have, let me bring it a little closer. We have one row of single crochets. This is single crochet row. Then on the other row we have a row of double crochets. The other two rows we have two rows of front post double crochets, and the last row, which is this row, is the crab stitch or the backward single crochet. So that's what the edging is gonna be like. The complete pattern will be in the description box below. So again, the edging will be a row of single crochets, a row of double crochets, and we have two rows of front post double crochets, and the last row is the crab stitch or the backward single crochet. And don't forget, for each of these rows, in the corner stitch we're gonna have what we call a shell stitch, and the shell stitch will be two double crochets, chain one, and two double crochets. That will allow for easy turning on each of the corners when you make your edging. It's all explained in the written instructions, so it's pretty straightforward. And the link for your Curious George monkey will be listed in the description as well. It's pretty straightforward, and you'll see how to stitch him together and how to sew him on. I think this blanket turned out pretty good. This is the stitch. Looks like a long V stitch. I'll have a picture at the end to show you how it all turned out. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so you won't miss any of my future uploads. Please give me a like and leave your comments, and I'll see you on the next project. Bye.